the medicine of movement, finding purpose and joy after retirement. The house was too quiet. A vast sea of polished wood and dust motes dancing in the morning sun. Miyu sat by the window, her tea cooling in a ceramic cup. Since her retirement, the days had stretched into a long, featureless horizon. She felt a strange, heavy fog settling over her mind, a rust born of stillness. She picked up her tablet and typed, "How to stay sharp after 60. The screen flickered with lists of puzzles and exercises, but the ache in her mind required more than a game. It required a reason to move. Miyu tried the internet's first suggestion, a local social hour. She stood in the corner of a bustling community hall, watching groups of people chat over tea. But standing still among the crowd only made her feel more stagnant. She realized that being busy wasn't just about filling a room with bodies. It was about filling the hands with work and the mind with a goal. She left the hall, her feet feeling heavy, wondering if the rust had already set in too deep. The next day, Miyu found herself in the park, sitting near an old, gnarled oak tree. A few feet away, a man named Satoshi was deeply engaged in a task. He wasn't just sitting, he was sketching with rapid, rhythmic movements. His brow was furrowed, his eyes darting between the trees and his paper. He seemed miles away from the fog that plagued Miyu. He wasn't waiting for life to happen, he was actively capturing it. When Satoshi finally paused, Miyu spoke up. "You look so occupied," she said, almost envious. Satoshi looked over, his eyes bright and alert. "The mind is like a bicycle, Miyu," he said with a small smile. "If you stop pedaling, it wobbles. If you stay still too long, you fall over. I sketch not because I am a great artist, but because the act of looking and doing keeps the lights on upstairs." Satoshi reached into his bag and pulled out a small, empty sketchbook and a pencil. He held them out to her. "The fog you feel is just the mind looking for a job to do. Give it one. Don't just watch the world participate in it. Movement is the medicine for the soul." Miyu hesitated, then reached out. The weight of the book in her hand felt like an anchor, grounding her in the present moment. Miyu went home and looked at her overgrown garden with new eyes. Instead of seeing a chore, she saw a project. She began to weed, to prune, and to plant. The physical labor was tiring, but as the sweat beaded on her brow, the mental fog began to lift. She found that when her body was busy, her thoughts became organized and clear. She wasn't just clearing a garden, she was clearing her head. A few days later, a young girl named Hana from next door peered over the fence. "What are you making, Miyu-san?" she asked, eyeing the piles of fresh herbs and flowers. Miyu realized that her activity was drawing others in. "Making a sanctuary, Hana," Miyu replied, her voice stronger than it had been in weeks. "And today, I think I'll start on some pear jam. Would you like to help me prep the fruit?" In the kitchen, the air was thick with the scent of simmering pears and cinnamon. Miyu and Hana worked in a flurry of motion, peeling, slicing, and stirring. Miyu found joy in the precision of the task. She realized that staying active wasn't about killing time, it was about investing energy. As she taught Hana how to test the jam's consistency, the last of the hollow ache in her chest vanished. Her purpose was found in the doing. Miyu returned to the park to show Satoshi her sketchbook. It wasn't full of masterpieces, but it was full of life sketches of her garden, recipes for jam, and notes on the birds she had seen. They sat together, both working on their own projects. The silence between them was no longer a wait. It was the quiet hum of two engines running smoothly. "You were right," Miyu said, her hand moving across the page. "The rust is gone." That night, Miyu sat by her window once more. The house was still quiet, but her mind was vibrant and full of plans for the next day. She realized that age was not a period of slowing down, but a shift into a different kind of momentum. She picked up her pen and wrote on the final page of her journal. Purpose isn't something you find. It's something you build with your own two hands. Stay busy, stay bright, and the fog will never find you.